Good evening. How is everyone doing? I am here to come and do another message for you all. Let me know if you can hear me. Come on in. Come on in. I haven't been in my little studio in a while. You know, I haven't been in here because I'm always in my car. I created this space to for the chosen for my channel members. So I said, let me come in and bless them with, the presence of my studio I created, my little mini studio. Some of you all who have been with me remember that I created this space and I was so excited about it, but I never used to come in the space. Um, I even had this light. I shared with the members all the things that I was doing, as far as creating this space for my YouTube channel. I was very excited in the beginning, still excited, but in the beginning I was very excited because I bought my chair, I got my pillow, all the things, right? So you see the title. I would like to share with you briefly before I go. Um, hey, the lady 503, how are you doing? I'm coming back to give another message. And this is just here are 7 ways to gain back your peace. I have them written down, so you may see me looking down, and that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my notes that I've created. Um, and just to be very transparent with you all, I know some people provide their notes and, pre-load the video. This is live. I know some people pre-record the video to try to stay consistent, and that's okay. Everyone has their thing, but I like to communicate live, and I like to, I won't say ramble, but I like to go into detail sometimes. I like to be led naturally. So I don't too much like the curated things, but I like to be led naturally. But these are 7 ways that I've used, right, to gain back my peace, right? Number one, we're going to talk about set boundaries without guilt. Setting boundaries is protection for you because sometimes we overextend ourselves by saying yes to everything, right? It is not selfish, it is sacred to set boundaries. It is okay, it is healthy to set boundaries, right? Number two, disconnect to reconnect. Turn off your phone, log off social media, spend time with yourself, and it is okay to do that, right? You have to disconnect sometimes, especially when you find yourself just what they call doom strolling, or you realize that you're strolling and you know you're scrolling and you don't you're not making any progress. It's okay to disconnect. I don't have Facebook. I used to have Facebook, and I disconnect my Facebook over 3 years ago, maybe 2.5, 3 years. And I know people used to ask me, why are you not on Facebook? Because I don't need all of those distractions. That was a way to disconnect. And I use my YouTube and my Instagram, right? I don't need all those different social media platforms because I felt like I wasn't getting anything done. So I don't have Facebook for that reason, right? And I don't think I'll go back on Facebook unless otherwise. I did have a TikTok too, a thriving TikTok. I had to close that down. My TikTok, some of my videos went viral, and I had quite a few connections on there, quite a few TikTok connections, but I had to close it down. I had to disconnect. Maybe I'll reconnect another time, but I really had to disconnect. Number three, right? Well, we are on number three. Release what you can't control, right? Um, Stop carrying battles that are not yours. I know I used to do that a lot. I used to carry everybody's stuff. Okay. I don't know why I used to do that. I don't know where I picked that up from. I know it was a learned behavior, but I used to carry everyone's stuff and I gave people back their stuff. Everything that I had that didn't belong to me, once I disconnected and once I started doing the work on myself, I gave people back their things. I no longer wanted to carry burdens that were no longer mine, right? It's almost like Oprah, you get a car, you get a car. I said this quite a few times in other videos. You get your stuff back. You get your stuff back. Everything I gave back to everyone. All of the projections, everything that I was carrying, I gave back to people. Okay? I kept my things and dealt with those. But the things that were not mine, I gave them back to people. All of their projections, I don't let people project things onto me, right? So you have to release what you can't control. Give to God what you can't control and you move on. Number 4, protect your mind. You have to protect your mind. You have to protect what goes into your mind, right? Feed your mind good things. Open the word of God. Feed your mind positive things and biblical things. Listen to positive podcasts, listen to affirmations. Pray, meditate, right? Take time to get quiet. I've done all of these things. And it takes work, right? To gain peace, it takes work to do that. And people are not willing to do the work. But people will get jealous and mad at you because you have a sense of peace and they don't. They're wondering why you have so much peace and you don't have all of the things, right? You don't have all of the things the world says you should have, or all of the just the material things. You're at peace with where you are and what you have because you're doing the work. Number 5, forgive and let go. Holding on to bitterness and things in the past is not going to help you. Forgiveness, as they would say, is for you. Forgiveness frees you. You have to give yourself grace. You have to forgive yourself for the things and forgive others, but forgive yourself first for the things you did not know, right? Forgive yourself. Even if the other person or people do not apologize. Sometimes we're waiting on that relief. We are waiting on someone to say, you know what, to say sorry. I'm sorry for mistreating you. I'm sorry for, lying on you. I'm sorry for assassinating your character. Some people are too prideful. They would never apologize to you. So you have to find it within yourself to forgive and let go. You're not doing it for them. You are doing it for yourself, right? You're doing it for yourself. So you have to learn to forgive and let go. That was one of the best things I could have done for myself, to forgive and let go. Number 6, prioritize and reset. Oh, prioritize and rest. I meant prioritize it and rest. Sometimes we think rest is not honorable. We need to rest. We're supposed to be honoring the Sabbath anyways. God put that in place for us to rest. I know people say, God became the rest, and they have all these different things, right? They have all these different things and sayings and doctrines, but God told us to rest for a reason. We're supposed to rest. That's why so many of us are exhausted. We're exhausted. Rest is important because it helps your mental health, right? A lot of people are dealing with mental health issues because they're not taking the time to rest. They're not sleeping properly. It's always go, 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 right? I am so glad I learned to rest. If my body says that I'm tired, or if I'm exhausted in my spirit, or if I'm tired, I rest. Okay? I rest. I know it's very honorable, and I know it's very it's a good thing to rest. Let me just say that. It is a good thing to get some rest, proper rest. Trying to get those 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours. If that means you close your day down early, right? You go to bed earlier, you wind down earlier, get the proper rest needed. You will be less grumpy, you will be happier, you will look better, okay? You will start looking younger. We have to rest. You have to prioritize your rest. I know I do. I prioritize rest, okay? Sometimes I get carried away working on things that I'm working on, but rest is important for me. So this is why I don't have time to engage in people in their foolishness, because my life is so full of trying to work out, planning my meals to try to eat right, spending time with God, making sure I'm okay mentally, exercising. My life is full. So I don't have time for foolishness. I don't have time for people and their nonsense. So I prioritize rest. Okay? It is so important to me. Um it's important. That's priority for me. Right? Stay rooted in gratitude. Being thankful. A lot of times we're not thankful for what we have because people are so focused on what other people have. They're so focused on what other people are doing. They're so focused on comparing themselves. If you start appreciating what you have, start thanking God that you have a roof over your head. If you got a car, that's something to be thankful for. If you have food in the fridge, that is something to be thankful for. If you have a job, that is something to be thankful for. If you have a business you're operating and that could sustain you, that is something to be thankful for. If you have, your health and strength, if you have your limbs, like so many things you could be thankful for. I know we are in this world. That's why I don't watch the news. Okay. I don't watch television for this reason. It'll make you take your focus off the things that you do have, the things you can be appreciative for. I don't care if I don't have a dime to my name. If I got some food, a clean place to stay, Lord, I am thankful. If all of my bills are paid, right? And I have food, I have a clean place to stay. Lord, I thank you for being able to afford to pay my rent, to keep a roof over my head by myself. Like there's so many things to be thankful for. You have to stay rooted in gratitude. There's so many things to be thankful for, right? Once you stay rooted in gratitude, you'll become happier. That's why you see some people happier than others because they're doing the work. They are doing the work, okay? So I'm going to repeat and reiterate the seven um, ways to gain your peace back, right? Number one, you have to set boundaries without guilt. It is okay to tell people no. It is okay to say you can't go to the invitation. You can't go to the invite. You want to go, but you have your priorities. Your priorities is rest, or it may interfere with something that you have planned for yourself. Set boundaries without guilt. Two, disconnect to reconnect. It's okay. People are not going to miss if you disconnect from social media for 3 months, for 6 months, for a year. If they're so concerned about you, they will call you. If they have their phone number, they will call and check on you. You can disconnect to reconnect. Release what you cannot control. So many people are so fixated on the things that are going on in the world. A lot of those things we cannot control. We have no control what's going on. The focus is to focus. The goal is to stay focused on what you can control. Right? That is the focus. To stay focused on what you can control. Release what you can't. Stay focused on what you can. Right? Protect your mind is number 4. You have to protect your mind at all costs. Watch the music you listen to. Watch what you put into your mind from television. Watch what you sit and watch, in real life. You have to be careful. You have to protect your gates to your soul. That is your eyes, your ears. Watch what you put into your mouth, right? So you have to protect your mind at all costs. Number 5, forgive and let go. Forgive and let go. You have to forgive people. Yes, we've all been mistreated. I've been mistreated. I've been done wrong. As they would say, I've been dogged out before. Okay. I've been dogged out before. But guess what? I had to forgive and let go. I don't want things controlling me. I don't want things dictating my happiness or whether or not I'm going to increase or elevate. I don't want nothing. I don't want anything holding me back. So I had to forgive and let go. Forgive and let go. Number 6, you must prioritize your rest. Rest is important. You have to do this. You have to rest. You have to go to sleep early, or you have to, whenever you go to sleep, if you work at night, you have to get 8 hours. You have to get your rest. I know it's so hard, especially if we have phones. We use our phones for everything. The phone is the alarm. The phone is the clock. The phone is everything. And sometimes you can just be so engaged in using that phone that you forget to go to sleep. You have to get extremely tired to put that phone down. I understand. Sometimes you may have to put the phone in another room, but we have to get our rest. You have to get rest. Rest is a priority. Number 7, the last one, you have to stay rooted in gratitude. I have a gratitude jar that I created. Oh, let me get it. I have a gratitude jar that I created with some women that attended a class that I did. I did a class and I created this gratitude jar. And it was just to decorate, a jar and just put things in there once we're feeling down or you want to be reminded, like put all the accomplishments you've made or put scriptures or motivational quotes, put anything that you're grateful for in here, right? And when you're feeling down or if you just need a pick me up or you need encouragement, you go into your jar and you pull something that you've written out, right? You pull something out and you read it to yourself. This is the gratitude jar. I did it on Zoom with a couple of ladies. I went to Dollar Tree and I created this. I bought this from Dollar Tree. I bought all these different things. Some of the things I had already, but it comes from the Dollar Tree. And I created this gratitude jar, and I'm often reminded of all the accomplishments, everything that I'm grateful for. I put inside this jar because I've accomplished a lot and I'm proud of myself for some things that I've overcame. So I put them inside of the jar. So whenever I'm having a down day or a bad day, or because we all have them, I go and I remind myself to be thankful. Although I give thanks daily for things that, just waking up in the morning, for breathing, for being able to use my limbs. I give God, I'm thankful for that and I give him thanks for that. But I also have things to remind me because sometimes we forget, when life takes a hold of us, sometimes we forget the things that we have accomplished, right? We forget. So I had to sit down and get into my quiet place and write down all of the things that I've accomplished or I want to accomplish, just you can make this yours. You can make this, create this how you want to create it, right? And I just love colors, so I use a lot of different colors to kind of match my jar, so I can go in here, pull whatever out and remind myself. So those are 7 ways, right, to gain back your peace. So I hope this message encouraged you all. I hope, let me know if this message encouraged you all. You can, let me know in the chat. I'll sit here and say hello. I'm thankful for you all who attended, right? And I'm going to drop the link also if you would like to attend the Chosen Ones Masterclass. I'm going to drop the link right here also in the chat so you can click on that and join. It's free and it's going to be on Tuesday. I'm preparing for that, which I'm prepared, but I still have to get myself together. We're going to have a little music. It's going to be fun. We're going to talk. We're going to break the ice. You're going to learn a lot about myself. And I'm just excited about the class. So I would love for you all to join me. I hope this message encouraged you. I hope that you can use some of these tips, right, to help you gain back your peace. Hope you can use some of these to help you move forward and gain your peace back. So you all be blessed.